Yeah, let's get it. Let's go. Yeah, yeah, let's get it. Let's go. Hey, yeah. Skadoosh. And welcome to another Just Smile Over podcast. I am your host, Thalin Johnson, but this podcast is in honor of PLC Brendan J. Castro. All right. I don't know why this keeps going private. All right, and we're going to talk about today is why you cannot stop mourning your fallen comrades. All right, I know it's kind of difficult. It's not just kind of, it's very, very difficult. And that's what we're going to talk about. And I just don't like to talk about the problems. I like to also talk about the solution. So I want to give you the best way, my tips from my personal experience and what I've helped other veterans to live in honor of their fallen comrades and to no longer be mourning anymore, mourning, grieving anymore over the fallen comrades. Let's say that, because my accent, I sound like I'm saying morning. Like, all right, anyways, but it's time to start. You guys know how it is. We got to do our 10 for 10. If you don't know about the 10 for 10, look in the description. You will know, and check out the other videos. And you know what it's all about. Before we start, we hit these pull-ups. Let's get it for everyone that's struggling to learn how to pull yourself up. And that's what this is all about. So I still haven't figured out how to get a camera to do all that cool stuff that you see other YouTubers be doing. Just y'all see the date. Y'all know we legit. All right. 10 for 10. Let's get it. Hope y'all doing y'all pull-ups too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, let's get it. I'm gonna close the door so the sound stays in. Hope y'all got it. Hey, let me know in the comments how many pull-ups you did today. All right. We are back. Set up a little bit. Hey, I'm still figuring this out, y'all. But we gonna get there. Another vision I want for this. If you haven't heard yet, if you don't know, kind of why I've been traveling a lot more. I haven't been able to get on here and do another Just Smile Over. Actually, for Memorial Day, I was in Hawaii. Wow, I ain't bring no water. He needs some milk. I was actually in Hawaii and for Memorial Day, and it was very touching, man. If you want to check that out, go to my Instagram, _yourself, _yourself, and you would see what I was able to be a part of in Hawaii for Memorial Day. It was very touching. All right. So, anyways, we're to you. All right. Why you cannot stop mourning your fallen comrade. And I would say there's 3 things I identified for myself. All right. Just like I talked about in the beginning of starting this podcast. First episode, if you look at that first episode, you'll see that I talked about it took me 10 years. All right, guys, it took me 10 years to finally go and visit my first ever battle buddy, PFC Castro's grave with his family. It was very touching. He was in Cali. He's in Cali, laid to rest. See you in Fiddler's Green, my boy. All right. And it was it was a lot. It's super emotional. I'm not going to lie. And that's what took me a long time. So first thing, what is you don't want to accept that they're gone. All right. You don't want to accept that they're gone. That was the biggest thing for me. And the biggest thing I see a lot in veterans, even dealing with PTSD, is avoidance. Right? Avoidance is the biggest thing we struggle with. Think about that. All right. Second is that you're not ready yet. You're just not ready to face that as yet. And that's what the big thing was for me. It was I was not ready. There's many times within that 10 years that I kept thinking about, I want to go and see him so bad. I want to see his grave and everything. When it came time, I just pulled out, man. I just pulled out. There's a lot that I was dealing with. I was super emotional. I was always crying. I was always feeling guilty within myself for the reason, for him being dead, even though it has nothing to do with me. Realizing that these things are not in my control is what helped me to finally get ready. And doing a lot of self-improvement, since that time, I've done a lot of work on myself and dealing with my emotions. And I got to the point where I felt ready. And when you're ready, you feel it. You feel everything about you would be like, yeah, let me go and actually do this. And that was the big thing for me that helped me to take that step. Deep topic. I can go a lot more into it, but not really going to. Kind of want this video to be short and digestible for you guys. And the third thing is that you're focused too much on their death than the life that they live. That was such a big thing for me. I was so focused on Castro is dead and he's gone, and I didn't want to accept it. I wasn't ready to see it. I didn't want to know anything about it. And I just kept being very guilty and blaming. And I focused all on the fact that he's gone and never really focused on the type of person he was when he was living and the great memories that he had. And you can see it in me already. It came time when it was his birthday or the anniversary, I would definitely be crying. I would light candles, and actually, I take that back. I wasn't crying. There's times I was very close to cry. First time I ever cried about it was actually when I went 10 years ago to see him. Not 10 years ago, recently, 10 years later to finally see him, the day before it all hit me, because I went to his father's bike shop. Shout out to Castro's bike shop in California. You want to go there and check it out. They also do great things for veterans. And when I got to the bike shop, there's so much memories of him there that his parents had. And it was just being there. I felt his presence, man. There's a lot of things that start coming up for me, like, flashbacks of him spending time together in a truck. He was my driver at that time. I was very young in the military, and there's a lot of emotions, man, to just see his pictures up everywhere and to hear his dad talk about him standing in the exact spot, even though they moved the shop and stuff like that. But it's like there was just his presence. His presence was there, and I felt it strongly, and they had pictures of us, and even a platoon all together for when we did his memorial, and it just all hit me at once. And just being in that area, when I got back, I kind of disconnected from social media. I just wanted to be alone and feel that presence. Just understand all that's going on, and yeah, I finally just let it all out, man. It's built up in for 10 years. Never cried at his memorial. Never cried when he was dead, because I never accepted it. I never accepted that he was gone. And to finally be ready and get time for that moment, it all hit me. Like I get a little teary-eyed right now. I'm thinking about it. But yeah, man, I sat in the shower in the dark and just let it all out. I disconnected from everything. And I just wanted that time. And that leads me to my next point, right? Of the best way, right, to stop mourning and start honoring, living in honor of our fallen brothers and comrades, brothers and our sisters, right, is to think about that, right? Is to think about the living part, how they live their life. That's why I started this podcast in honor of him, because this is something I see him having a lot of potential to be a great leader. And me mourning his loss really stopped a lot of relationships for me. I realized when I was journaling, and I was sitting there in my thoughts, like I didn't accept other battle buddies that I had in the military. I was in for about 7, almost 8 years, and I lost him in the beginning of my service. So think about it, I had so many more battle buddies after that, but I never really give them that respect or got connected to them, because I still was mourning the loss of, my battle buddy Castro. I was very hard on a lot of people, and I'm realizing it was because I never really accepted that he was gone, and that really affected a lot of other relationships, even with my family, even with other people. Like I started detaching myself and not really wanting to get close to people, because I lost him. It was tough. It was super tough. And, thinking about now living in honor of him, creating a podcast that's going to help. This is tailored to, soldiers in the 2-year mark, and, help you guys to be better at service, not only for yourselves, for your units, for your families. It's something that I love and I'm passionate about, because it's something I see him doing, and to have the drive to lower suicide in our veteran community is something that is honorable that he would be doing, and it lives in honor of him. And to always mention, as this podcast grow and get successful, it would always be in honor of him. And that really drives me to keep living. So think about that for yourself, and how you feel for your fallen comrade, your brother or sister. How can you live in honor of them? And I get it. You're not ready. If you're not ready, I get it. You're not ready. And this is the thing that I can share with you now. The best way to live in honor is to first honor yourself. All right, it starts with you. You first got to honor yourself, live in honor of yourself. And the best way is when you think about that, right? I can actually write this out for you. Is we love acronyms in the Army, right? So you think of the word honor itself. And what honor means is to hold, observe, note, open, and reflect. All right, I'm gonna write it for you guys. And no, this is not crayon for you, for you Marines. All right, let's say crayon. So calm it down, all right? So honor, HONOR. Hold, observe, note, open, and reflect. All right, just like that. Hold, observe, honor, right? Hold, observe, note, open, reflect. All right, so hold mean hold space for yourself. All right, just hold space for yourself. Think about your battle buddy, their fallen comrade, and just hold space for yourself. All right, give yourself space to give yourself grace. All right, so hold space for yourself. Oh man. So that you can give yourself grace for what happened. All right. Next is to observe. Observe your feelings. All right. Just observe how you're feeling. Don't be too hard on yourself and be like, oh man, you shouldn't be feeling this way. Observe all of it. Observe the anger, the guilt, the shame, the happiness. Both phones going off. All right. Observe your feelings and get to know your feeling that you're feeling and be fine with it. All right. Next is to note. All right. Note your thoughts. All right. So journaling. Journaling is huge for me. So put down your thoughts on paper as you're in that moment, in that space you're holding for yourself, to observe your feelings and to note your thoughts in that space that you're holding for yourself. All right. And put everything down that's coming to mind. Open your mind and your heart with mindfulness. What I used was meditation. Meditation started to help me to be more open to my mind and my heart, to listen to myself, to feel all the feelings, be mindful of my present moment. And that really helped me to be more open so I can accept things for how it is and I can be more ready. And then reflect. Reflect on everything that you just did and holding that space, observing your feelings, noting your thoughts, and opening your mind and your heart. Just reflect on that and reflect on the life that your fallen comrade has lived. Reflect on those good things, those great moments, and how you can live in honor of them. All right. So try that honor right there. And that will help you honor yourself and then find out how you can then start living in honor of your fallen comrades. All right. So that's it for today. As you hear, I'm very busy and have to go on. All right. Next up, I will want to talk to you guys next podcast. Hopefully that was helpful for you guys. Let me know what part was most resonating for you and most helpful for you. All right, next one, I want to try something new. I'm going to give you one thing that I wish I knew before I joined the military or while I was in the military. All right, I'm going to share that next. If you guys have some, drop it in the comments down below. As for right now, veteran community, please stay alive. This is JT, the flight attendant. Just smile. Over. Whoa. Oh, I forgot. Touchscreen. Can't do it.